Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing today? I'm your man DeMarcus here. We're here for the Better Today by the Tomorrow podcast. And hey, today's video is it's February 23rd, 2022, and today's video is the power of the pain. And actually, this came from me going to the gym. Actually, if you're there, say hello. I want to say hello to people. I want to see if it pops up on my screen. I'm excited to see that. I made that function so we could talk, have a little conversation. Anyway, so. Let's get right into it. So the power of pain. Let's actually start with the quote. Let's start with the quote first. So the quote is this: once you learn to turn pain into power, everything changes. Let me read that again. Once you learn to turn pain into power, everything changes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is, like I said, this came from me. I just actually started getting back in the gym last week, and I'm getting the gains. Like, my body recognizes when I lift weights. It's like if I get in there and I touch a weight, like I just gotta touch it, like boop, and all of a sudden I was like whoop. But it's nice to be in the gym again. It feels good to work the body out again. My body's craving it. I can tell it's been craving it because I've been having different type of pains, my shoulders and my legs and my knees. And whenever I work out, I don't have that, right? So anyways, I got back in the gym this week, and I've been going 6 days a week. And I've been having the soreness, the pain of, if you've ever lifted weights, you know what I mean, that pain where, like, if somebody touches you in your muscle, you're like, oh, don't touch me, because it hurts, right? And then this week, which is going into week number 2, I'm not as sore. I don't have that same exact pain. Now, I went through the trials and the tribulation of throwing up the weights, doing the squats, doing the curls, so I could get to a place that I'm in a better fit position, right? But the thing is that doing that takes my body out of its comfort zone and it takes it to another level. The comfort zone is designed to keep us where we are and to keep us safe. So whenever I'm sitting on the couch, I'm in my comfort zone. When I'm eating my chips and my cookies, by the way, Tim, those cookies were fire. In my comfort zone, then I don't have to move out. But when I start working out and my body gets sore, what's going on is that I am no longer in my comfort zone, and I'm actually voluntarily putting myself into pain. I'm putting myself into a position where I'm gonna hurt for a little bit, because I realize that if my comfort box is that big and I can fit in it, when I weight lift, I start breaking the parameters. And when you break the parameters, it takes energy. And when you start to use that energy, the pain kicks in. You get sore. Then you can't move as you get up, man. I look like an old grandma. Look like, oh, I wish I had life alert at the time. I've fallen and I can't get up. And so the pain is important to get us to the next level. But you have to know what the pain is doing. See, ladies and gentlemen, we have pain. Sometimes we talk about the pain of weightlifting. So the reason I told you that story about me being sore and then this week me feeling like a powerhouse is because of the fact I want you to understand that pain is inevitable in life. But what you use pain for will dictate where you go. Some people use pain as a shield. Some people use pain as gas for a car to get out of here and go to the next level. But what I want you to do is that if you are going through some kind of pain, if you've experienced something that's hurt you, use that as fuel to go next, until you're exactly where you want to be. I was also thinking about all the books, personal development books that I've read and I've looked at and everything else. Even the Bible, if you want to, we can go there too. But in those books, there was the people who wrote these books or are in these books are going through something. And as they go through something, the next level is coming. You can't survive the next level until you get rid of the pain you're currently in. I can't throw up 500 pounds on a bench press until I am able to bench press 150. So there's a pain that I have to get through, so I'm not sore anymore, and I can get more power and I can get stronger. And as I get to that strength level, that weight that pain that gave me problems before has subsided, that means I've expanded my comfort zone. And as you keep pushing the boundaries, then all of a sudden you get stronger and you're able to do more, lift more, maybe even to help somebody else because of the strength that you created. But once again, all these books, Jack Canfield, Thomas Blackwell, they all went through something. All these personal development speakers, Tony Robbins went through something. Les Brown went through something. Inky Johnson went through something. Gary Vee went through something. All these guys went through something. But the pain that they use, and there's so many more, Renee Brown, I think it is. Renee Brown. There's so many more. What's the lady's name? Mel Robbins even went through something. Everybody went through these things. But there's a difference, because when you get in your pain, you can sit and wallow in it forever until you die. You can start pointing fingers and say, they did this to me, 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 play victim mentality. Or you can turn that pain into power and inspire the world. There are so many people out there helping other people do their thing to get out of their funk, because they use their pain and turn that pain into power. And that power helps others. You get what I'm saying? It's a pretty simple concept. You lift weights, you get sore. You're in pain, you get sore when you move out of it. Just understand that you are a magnificent creature, and you can get through anything. It may take time, but you have to keep going. Keep pressing the box. Keep pressing the box. And you will make it. You will absolutely make it. So, show you the quote again. Boom. Oh, that's the other one. Once you learn to turn pain into power, everything changes. Why? Because once you turn pain into power, you created something else, and you can step outside of your comfort zone. That comfort zone, man's a killer. It's what your brain does to keep you safe. And if you want to stay safe, that's great. But there's so many riches and there's so many rewards outside of comfort. I'm not even talking about dollars. I'm talking about success. I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about life partners. I'm talking about satisfaction in what's that called? We'll say helping people. Altruism. There's so much that you can do once you step outside your comfort zone. But if you can't ever get outside your comfort zone, then how do you expect to help people? If you don't leave your house, how do you expect to help the person on the side of the road? Right? And here's the last one I want to show you, and then I'm getting off of here today because I'm going to go play some chess. Be somebody nobody thought you could be. So, ladies and gentlemen, people have met you. I swear to you that this has happened to me so many times. People in your past have met you and already judged you and put into a thought process that you are what they thought you were. And even though you're no longer that, you've moved past that level, you lost all this weight, you've gotten a different mindset, people will still judge you and say you're the exact same person. Oh, DeMarcus doesn't do that. Oh, DeMarcus does this. No. And I mean, that goes for you too. But what I'm going to say to you is this, is that you can be someone that no one ever thought you could be. You could be just as great as you want to be. But take the pain that you had before and utilize that. Don't sit in it. Don't sit next to it. Don't make friends with it. Don't wallow in it. Use that pain to get to your next level as a stepping stool to see over the fence or over the wall that you didn't think you can get past. If your pain is that big, step on it and use it as a stepping stool. If your pain is that thick, use it as a coat for warmth until you're able to break out and run down the street. If it's that big and that heavy, put it on your back and start running until you're running faster than you've ever ran before. That pain can be a very, very, very great weight to have, as long as you understand that you're utilizing it for a purpose. If you're wallowing in it, then it serves no purpose other than keeping you sheltered and protected to make sure you don't get hurt. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is life. We're all going to get hurt. Don't hide because you're going to get hurt. But instead, go out there and experience the life that you want to experience in all levels. Don't let anything stop you. And guess what? As you do that, you'll find other people who are willing to do the same thing. You might have to get away from some people who don't believe you can do it. You might have to get away from some people who don't understand that you've already done it. But it doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means it's time to move. And so that's all I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Get that pain, man. Let's get these guns. Let me show you these guns, man. I've been working on these. They're a little weak right now. It's only week 2. We're going to go for it. We're going to rip out by the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, it's the pain in the gym and me throwing up the weights and the resistance that I'm pushing against on my body that allows me to grow. What resistance are you against right now? And are you utilizing that resistance to grow? Or are you just putting it over in the corner? Or are you putting it in your what do they call it, the junk room, where all your stuff is stored? We could talk about the junk room all day, but that's not today's video. But you need to go in your junk room and get that stuff out of there and utilize that. Sell it to make money, burn it to make heat, lift it to make weight. I mean, there's so much that you can do with your junk room stuff that is ridiculous. And what I mean is not the junk room, like literally. I mean, you could, but inside, there's pieces inside of you that you need to go in there and you need to attack those. But you also need to let people help you. And you also need to be open to other people coming at you. And that way, you're not doing it alone. If you want to do it alone, talk to me. I'll go with you. Let's go on a journey. Let's be better. This is 2022. Let's make the most amount of money you've ever made. Let's help the most amount of people you've ever helped. Let's be the strongest and the fittest you've ever been. Let's just help and grow the biggest circle you've ever seen. And let's just be the example that somebody needs so they can move to the next level too. That's what I want for you. And that's what I'm calling in. Hey, if you want to be a part of this journey, come on, let's go. Why? Because other people need us. So not everybody needs to stick their fork in a socket to know it shocks you. Some people won't survive that, but you did. So let's use your story to let people know that it can be done. You're amazing. You're great. I believe and I love in each and every single one of you. And I hope that you have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. And remember, use that pain for your benefit. Use that pain and turn it into power, and you can change and lift and begin to create the world that you've always wanted.